Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is part 11 of Stuck Together. Enjoy! You all just kind of paused where you were, and then she nodded shyly and hid behind her door a little more. I was worried, so I called for a hero to come, she said softly. Your heart sank. Who did she call for? Which hero is coming, Kita? Hero Hawks, she said. Great, he deadpanned internally. This is not going to look good at all. It was just a few seconds later that Hawk strode casually along the hallway towards you and the guy, who by now you had allowed to sit up with his back against the wall while you stood guard. He was a bigger guy who had no way of outrunning you should he try to escape, so he just accepted defeat and sat there dejectedly. Oh, hello? Hawks greeted you casually as he approached you. Seems like you got this under control, I see. You nodded and looked at Kita, who was still hiding half behind her door. Thank you, Kita. You can go back inside now. We'll take it from here, you said to her. Did a great job, Hawk said, walking over to her and plopping his hand down on her head and giving her a wink. You caught the exchange between them and scrunched your brows suspiciously. There was something up here too. So, what's happened here? Hawks asked you once Kita had gone. Well, this man here has been commissioned to professionally stalk me on orders from our boss. They're her orders. You emphasised the her, and Hawks looked at you. Yep, that's right, we don't have a female boss, you thought while looking at Hawks. I see, he said thoughtfully to you. Then he turned his attention on the guy. So, he walked over to him and crouched down in front of him. Do you want to talk? What do you need to know, Hawks? The guy asked. He was very compliant right now because he knew that he was going to get his rights read to him should the person who hired him find out that he'd failed his mission. Tell me what's going on, Hawk said in a friendly tone, unlike the tone the guy was expecting. Well, the guy glanced at you. Miss here knows what's some of it. I was commissioned to follow her to see if she was having a relationship with a co-worker. Hawks looked back at you, then to the guy. Relations? Who was the suspected relations with? He asked. You, Hawks, the guy admitted. Oh, I see, because we both have wings, right? I don't know if that's the reason, the guy replied. Well, have you got any concrete evidence to prove this relationship to be true? Hawks asked. I mean, Yin and I do work together, and we're together a lot when we're on mission, but aside from that, no, the guy shook his head. But your boss is adamant that you and her are seeing each other. Would you like to state her name for the record? Hawks asked, pulling a recording tape from his pocket. Am I gonna get caught up in this? The guy asked suspiciously. No, of course not. You'll be protected because you helped us and didn't hide any details. The more you talk, the less of a rap over the knuckles you'll get, Hawk said encouragingly. Oh, the guy sounded very relieved. Well, for the record, the person who hired me, your boss, her name is Q Gomano. You masked it well, but your eyes flew wide open internally when you heard the name, and you saw Hawks's feathers stiffen slightly. Q? But Q's one of our co-workers, you thought. Why would she be masquerading as our boss and trying to find us out? Q was a sweet, quiet girl, someone who you wondered how they ever ended up being a hero because they seemed so soft. Well, thank you, Hawk said. We'll let you go for now. Let me go? The guy asked with surprise. I thought I'd be taken in by the police. Is that what you'd like? You asked from behind Hawks. Because we can see to it that happens. No, please. I'm thankful that this hasn't escalated. Please accept my sincerest apologies and I'll be on my way. You won't hear from me again. The guy scrambled to his feet and bowed multiple times as he backed down the hall, then left. With a smirk, you stepped up beside Hawks and chuckled. Okay, so what's going on? I know Kita didn't call you here, otherwise police would have accompanied you. You got me, he chuckled in reply. I didn't leave when you told me to. I flew around the other side of the building and sent my feathers in to listen. Then, when I thought that I should step in, I dropped down on that little girl's balcony and knocked on her window. Oh, the poor thing would have had a heart attack, you said, mortified on her behalf. She did, but then she recognised me and let me in. I told her I needed her to help me on a special mission, and that she was to open the door and tell you that a hero was on the way. Then I casually made my entrance. You're very clever, you mused with admiration. I gotta hand it to you. Well, that aside, what do you make of Q being involved? I'm shocked, to be honest. I don't think that she's actually behind this. I think she's being used, you said. I agree. Who are her closest friends at work? He asked, getting right into hero mystery-solving mode. I'll have to watch her a little closer. I don't think that she has any close friends. I thought she was friendly with everyone, he said. Same, Hawks replied, rubbing his chin with his gloved hand. Looks like we have a mystery to solve. Indeed, he mused. And so the next day at work, it was on. The motto, trust no one, suspect everyone, was your and Hawks' personal banners for the day, and you slowly went around the office talking to people. Q seemed to be her normal self and greeted you kindly, just like she would any other day, which confirmed to you that she was innocent. Around lunchtime, you and Hawks rendezvoused on a building top nearby, under the guise of needing to follow up on leads on a case that you'd been working on, which wasn't a complete lie, and talked about what you'd found that day. Did you find anything? You asked him as you alighted on the building top. Nothing, unfortunately. He shook his head with a sigh. This is the issue when you're working with pro heroes who have become villains. They're way smarter and know all the tricks to cover their own tracks. True. I spoke to Q today and she seemed her usual self. I'm 100% sure that she isn't behind this. I'm actually suspicious that her name was given as a scapegoat. Could be possible, Hawks replied. And I know a few people in the office that would do that to her. Q has enemies? You asked with surprise. Not exactly, Hawks replied, which is the easiest target for vindictive people. So we need to protect her now too, you said, thinking about all these things as you stared at the ground and wondering what to do next. Got any ideas on how we can flush this person or these people out? You asked as you looked back up at him, just in time to catch him staring at your cleavage. Instinctively you put your hand across it to stop him, and he looked away with a smirk on his face. Don't mind me, I was just remembering when you let me bury my face in there. Keigo, he tutted. We're working on a mystery, don't talk like that. My first name never sounded so sweet coming off someone's lips, he replied with a smirk. Just then you had an idea. Wait, what if this is linked to the whole no co-worker relationship thing? I'm pretty sure that's already been established, Hawk said with confusion. No, I'm saying, what if someone is out to get you and I? Like, they don't like that we are seeing each other, full stop. And so they've somehow whispered in the boss's ear that there should be a policy about it, and this is all done to keep us apart. That's sounding very conspiracy theory-like, Hawk said. I don't know if anyone knows for sure that we're dating. Well, my closest co-worker friend knows, but she told me that she hasn't told anyone, and I believe her. And I'm pretty sure the Heat signature hero knows. I also think that person might be involved in this mess, he stated firmly. Ooh, the plot thickens. See you all tomorrow for the next part, part 12. Only a few parts left to go.